Yamaha Australia gave us a Super Tenere 1200 to test for a couple of weeks. We've poked it, prodded it, jumped it, power slided it, taken our loved ones on it, adventured with it, hit the highway with it, cruised the city after dark, and even crashed it. The Super Tenere is a very capable big dual sport bike. 1200 cc's of unbridled power, and let's not be shy about this, designed to take on the stranglehold of the BMW 1200 GS in the big adventure market. To knock that crown from the head of King Beamer, the long-held dominant force in big adventure, Yamaha have pulled out all stops. The Super Tenere is a completely new model, and there are huge advantages to building a bike starting with a blank sheet of paper. Yamaha have adopted the latest engineering trends and technology and woven into this bike their dirt and road experience. Combine that with their commitment to using quality components on this machine, there is little doubt Yamaha is in a very competitive position to go for that big adventure bike crown. But we're not going to start this review scrutinising all the features of the bike. There's time for that later. At the end of the day, for many of us, the joy of motorcycling is experiencing the bike for what it is and how it makes us feel. So I've banded together a group of riders with a wide level of skills and experience and got them to ride the bike and tell me what they felt.
You're a motorbike mechanic, aren't you?
I'm indeed.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what your feelings about the bike. You would have ridden a ton of bikes by now.
Yeah, fair few. Very nice bike. Pulls very nicely, very smooth. Gear changes are smooth as well. Very nice brakes, front and rear. Feels like a solid bike, very comfortable. Be happy riding it for long distances, any terrain. Feels very planted. Very nice bike.
Now, Mick, just one thing before we start. You've been riding, I'm not going to show your age, but you'd have to be riding around 30 odd years you've been riding bikes. Experienced road rider. What do you see about this bike? You've had it now for about 24 hours. How do you find the Super Tenere?
It's a surprisingly good road bike. Coming from a road bike background, it's you think that trail bikes are going to be, or bigger adventure bikes are going to be unwieldy bus-like things, but in actual fact I'm surprised how useful this thing is on the road, how even people coming from sports bikes and naked bikes would find this very familiar straight away. It's a well-balanced, easy to ride road bike.
Today,
very, very nice. I wanted to say I didn't like it, but I love it. I could get very used to this. It feels, I've got to say, it's a while since I rode the GS 1200, but from memory at least it feels an awful lot more powerful, a lot more responsive. Obviously the box has got only the 2 cylinders, so yeah. How many has this got?
2, Russ, 2. So you've stuffed that up, but anyway, that's good. It's a bit of comedy.
But no, it's I love it. You know, riding a big bike. You know, it's. I'd have to probably mess with the bars a little bit. You know,
yes.
as a smaller fella to get it right. But very easy to ride. Yeah, everything seems sorted, I've got to say. And I again, I hate to say it, but maybe it does have a low centre of gravity because it feels very flickable.
Yeah. So I just noticed when I look down here that you're on tippy toes.
Uh-huh.
Now, have I got something to show you? You're going to be very impressed with this bike, even more so than you are now, in about 3 seconds.
Stilts?
Not stilts, no. But wait, there's more.
Okay.
Russ, what I want you to do, get the key out of the bike and stick it under the seat there. Yeah, you'll see the hole there. Yeah, stick it in there.
Yep.
Turn that right, lift up the seat. Okay. Now, you can change the seat height on this really easily. You see this little plastic thing here.
Oh yeah.
Right, you just lift it up like that, and you just move it down to the next notch,
All right.
like so, and that drops the seat height.
Beautiful.
So try that out, see what you think of that.
Okay.
Dropped it? It has, you know, look at your feet now.
Yes.
Look at that! You got to be happy with that.
I am happy with that.
And then we had that section here where there was that winding road, and it was just awesome, really awesome. I mean, the suspension is just spot on. The balance of the bike is spot on. I really enjoyed it.
Lee, that was a very gnarly, steep sort of hill. How did the ABS go?
Great. I mean, I could not even feel that there was an ABS. I mean, that was really nice, really nice. So.
Those hills like that don't get much more technically tricky than that, do they, going down?
Well, it was WR territory, and we took a Super Tenere there. You know, how good is this?
You were right. I mean, on the dirt track, it's impossible to bottom those suspensions out.
I've come to motorcycle riding, as you know, late. I'm a midlife crisis rider. I was 52 when I first got interested. So to go from a 250 to something 5 times bigger, just sitting on the stand here, there's a mixture of interest and wanting to have a go, combined with apprehension. Because between my legs here, there's a lot more machine than there is that I'm used to. The first impression, of course, is the acceleration. You know, you take off nice and gently, and then you change into second gear and you put a bit of gas on, and used to being the 250, suddenly there's a bit of whiplash there. But that was okay, that was fine. And just, we're in suburban streets here, they're fairly narrow, there's parked cars. I'm surprised, amazingly surprised at the manoeuvrability of this bike. I mean, we're talking 1200 cc's of pretty large machine. But even just doing U-turns around the streets here and coming back down, it's amazingly easy. I had a great time on it.
Biding my time, I'm watching behind. You know the devil gonna get me.